Academy? The Academy?
Yeah, what's the union to me? Unity, individuals building the company. Right hands can't get to me. Aces on the car for me.
The CEOs or whoever's over the plant that you at, they don't see what you go through, but we see what you go through.
They saved my job.
Defender los derechos y proteger a los trabajadores de los acosos de los supervisores o de los manejantes de una compañía.
Yeah, they helped save my job several times because I had a lot of conflicts with my bosses.
Supervisor might call you on something that you did not do.
They have secured my rights to speak up against what I feel is wrong in the plant.
Union fait moi just like te koule m'gon problème avec manager ou bien m'gon problème avec line leader ou bien à plant manager. Union ça union fait moi union al défendre moi devant moun sa yo.
When things were not going the way that I thought that it should be on the job, I did not have to worry about being fired for questioning things because I had somebody to back me up in the union.
Good wages, better wages than what I'm usually working with. I used to work fast food, and we didn't make that much money.
Before the union got there, I seen the way they treated people, and now that the union's there, people got a little more, say so. It was their way or the highway. Now it's not like that no more.
I call the union my lawyer. When I have did all the talking that I can't do, that I could do, and it seemed like it's not getting nowhere, the union is my lawyer. Let me get my lawyer, talk to them, get them my documentations, and we go from there.
Saved my job. They have defended me in all my cases when people was against me.
No more supervisors hollering at me, cussing. That was the biggest thing.
I was getting treated wrong, and they educated me and opened my eyes to show me and tell me how I should be treated and how the situation should have been handled.
They've stood by me when I ever had a problem, an issue, no matter what it was, who it was. All I had to do was go to them, and they handled it.
I actually ran into a problem at work, and I went to a union rep, and the next day it was solved.
I know that I have a voice, and the things that people got away with previously because I didn't know any better, they cannot do that, and it just feels good to go to work. It's a stressful job, but to know that I'm not alone, that someone has my back, so.
Well, I got my job back about 3 or 4 times. That's why I love it. It's security, it's where you can't be fired at any given time.
I came to the union and told them that I had this onslaught where they were threatening to fire me before I made my blue hat, and the union stepped up and they took the ball and they got everything reversed.
Discrepancies in my pay, discrepancies in my time, discrepancies with the supervisor. I had somebody as an advocate for me with the union.
Sometimes they neglect the rules, and the union shows the employees what the rules are, where management can abide by them as well.
It made me feel good to go to work because I know now I got somebody on my side, and it's a voice for the working people, and it's also give me security, it give me respect, it made me feel that they stop the favoritism, and I get treated fairly, and I have somebody representing me when the supervisor's trying to harass me or do things that is against the contract, violating the contract.
Bueno, antes nos trataban malísimo en la línea, nos decían, queremos ir al baño, no, espera el break, queríamos ir a beber agua, tienes que esperarte, y así nos trataban, pero desde que la unión entró, se cambió todo el sistema.
I've seen a lot of people go down to that office for something and they ain't never come back. That's basically what I've seen, but now they don't do that anymore because of the union. You go down there now, they be like, get me a rep to go with me because they're gonna send me out the door.
They know that there are people now and not just a number or just the employees. They're there for a purpose because of the union.
Muchos cambios hubieron, los empleados empezaron a ser nuevas personas, se podría decir, a tener más derecho y a que se pueda reconocer cuando ellos necesitan algo, tener voz.
Well, everybody was telling me that the union won't no good, but I didn't listen to that. So later, after I got involved in the union, it was a change.
The Academy. Yeah, what's the union to me? Unity, individuals building the company.
Los trabajadores siempre van a tener su trabajo como cuando, si tú pagas una aseguranza de un carro, tú tienes una protección en caso de un accidente, igual también si tú pagas una cuota de una unión.
Go ahead and follow your instincts. If you're not treated fairly and if you need a better work environment and you feel like you need better wages and you need raises for during the year. I understand they're not getting their raises like they're supposed to. You can help them that way.
I tell the Mountaire workers, they give you security, it gives you protection, you give you a voice, you can be heard.
Really, you paying $10 of gas or food, if you want your job and trying to keep your job, whatever, then you're gonna need some help.
You're getting the lies now from your owners, the people that you work for. Of course, they're going to want no union to come in because that means now you can get a raise. That means now that you got somebody to stand up for you. That means now that they can't just treat you any kind of way or talk to you any kind of way as supervision or management in HR. That also gives you power.
It's like a whole new family. You come to work, see people, but when you have a union, it's more like a family you go to.
There's just so many different things that you can lose, and you've got one person standing behind you, and that's your union. So I would advise for them to sign it because it's the best thing I've done. And I've been with them for 5 years.
Strength in numbers, oh my gosh, I just truly hope that they come aboard and know that one person alone cannot do it. I mean, I love the little symbol of the union when you have the one little fish versus this big company, but then when you have a school of fishes, all of us together, oh God, we just have so much strength, and it truly will make a difference. So, I just wish them the best, and I hope they're not intimidated by different tactics that their company can use to persuade them to not organize a union, but it will truly make a difference in their work environment.
A word of advice to the Mountaire workers is to don't let nobody talk you out of joining the union. I feel like you should just join it and see how it is for yourself.
Yeah, because you don't want to be that guy. If something occurs to you at work where your supervisor wants to fire you or someone has an issue with you because they just don't like you or any other thing that comes up that usually happens, you want to have help.
I know that they got a raise because of the union, same way Smithfield did us. When they was trying to keep the union out, they gave us a raise, gave us an extra holiday.
They can't fire you if you join it. They can't fire you if you don't join it. So now they might fire you. Now if you ain't in the union, you might could get fired because they don't have now. But once they get a union in there, it will help them though.
If you want your job and you got bills to pay, and you don't have no union, and if you get fired, who you gonna go to then? You can't help yourself.
They gonna tell them that the union is no good. And talk bad about unions, but if the unions were so bad, then why would they fight them as hard as they do to keep the unions away?
Yo sé que es un poco difícil porque lo mismo sentían los otros empleados que trabajan en nuestra planta de Smithfield también, pero no deben de tener miedo porque la verdad es que nosotros los apoyamos y es por su beneficio de ellos y es algo que tarde o temprano ellos se van a dar cuenta de que en realidad la mejor opción es tener su sindicato con ellos.
You always need somebody to help you, have your back, and make sure that that people are able to stand behind you 110%. That's why it's worth having a union.
A lot of times they intimidate you because they know you don't know what you need to know. But when you start coming back at them with useful information and you let them know that you know your rights, all that'll cut out.
Management, well, they say they can retaliate and do things to you for joining the union, or the union's doing this and that. Do your own research. They can't retaliate against you.
They will fight for you. They'll make sure that you're given an equal opportunity at your workplace.
Si l'on fait partie des unions protège de toute bagaille. Par exemple, on a un problème docteur. Ou alors docteur et puis après ça, l'on vient travailler puis sou pa gen chance pou vin nan papier dokter, l'hôpital la, moun yo di ok ou pa gen job ankor, ou bien apre 3 jours pare ou pa gen job ankor, koun ya sa union fè pou fè pati de membre union deside di pren ka en konsiderasyon, et puis là le devant plot manager li discuter ça avec yo, et puis yo di ok, yo ka répond, mais si ou pa nan union, la extrêmement difficile si plant manager prend une décision qui allait à l'encontre pour réintégrer encore les ça pas gain pièce monde qui pour défendre nous parce qu'on va pas défendre tête.
For the people at Mountaire, I would say to you, it is a struggle. When we come over and we see the conditions that you guys work under, and here it is, the long hours that you work and the pay that you're making, and you're not being appreciated, we say to you, don't be scared. Step out on faith and fight. And we'll be back right there to fight for you also.
Stand strong together. Know your coworkers, know your group that are for your union. Hold tight. Don't budge. Because the whole thing is, the company cannot fight a large group of people. If they get you singled out, they're like a lion, they're going to roar in and take you out. But if you hold strong like a pack of wildebeest or a pack of wolves, you'll survive.
Building a company, white hats can't get to me. Aces on the car for me. Stewards got my back for me. That what union mean to me.